Back in our days, life was very simple. We'd be very happy to just get extra hour of playtime, having to worry about whether we could get picked for chasing block catching in school, or feel the pure joy of getting your first pocket money from your parents. Childhood really does feel like the best time to look back on.
Well, fast forward to today, bam! Our guest here is now a parent himself. Parenthood sounds kind of scary. Or is it? Well, let's dive into growing up, raising the next generation, or everything in between. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Lim Kopi podcast. My name is Kau,
I'm Debbie.
and we are finally back after a few months of inactivity for some weird reason. I don't know why, but we actually got a bit of an upgrade. So that's why it took a little bit more time than usual, but we're finally back. I thought we promised one episode per month, but I tried. Okay, I really tried.
Well, life was catching up, so please don't blame us for that. Yeah.
It seems like every single time I do this, I always have some weird reason.
It's always life catching up.
yeah, but we just have to find a way. But we did,
Yeah.
but at least we are not taking 2 more years to come up with an episode or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But
welcome
anyway, for today's episode, we have a special guest with us. Today we have Jun Liang.
woohoo.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Jun Liang. I'm a 90s person, so that makes me very qualified to be a father of one, and also going to be a father of two soon. Actually, Thank you.
You hear it here first, or maybe he announces it later, but I mean,
Dunno.
depending on when I upload this, but you heard it here first.
Yeah.
He is going to be becoming a father of two. So
Mhm.
congratulations, first
Thank
of
you,
all.
thank you.
Yeah,
And how
congrats.
are you feeling about it?
I survived one, so I believe number two will be more manageable. I hope.
Ooh, more manageable.
So double
Okay.
the trouble?
Likely because both are boys, and when two boys run around,
Two boys in the
chaos.
house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to it.
So have you always wanted two boys, or do you feel like you prefer other genders or anything?
My wife and I, we definitely decided on having two.
Okay.
I have no preference on the second.
Mm.
I mean, the second one in terms of the gender, in that sense.
Mm.
Okay.
Though I would say my wife preferred to have a female. Yeah, so that the
Aww.
koko can take care of the
Maybe.
younger
Ah.
one,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
that kind
But
of
right
thing.
now, the koko will maybe bring the titi to do some
Wreak havoc.
interesting things. Yeah,
Later end up becoming a WWE fight together.
likely.
Hopefully
I
not.
guess.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Jun Liang. So he is basic. Okay. So for some context, he is actually our live group leader. So
Mhm.
both Debbie and myself, we are in the same church together alongside with Jun Liang. So we see each other almost every week.
Yeah.
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 I'm not sick of him, thankfully. So not sure if he is with us, but
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But that is the context behind the three of us. Anyway, before we get started for today's episode, we want to dive into Kopi Talk, introducing our favorite drinks of the day, or at least in our lives.
Yay.
So we have Debbie. You want to introduce yourself first?
Oh, mine first. Okay. I have this fruit tea from 赤茶三千. Sorry, not sponsored. But I really love their fruit tea. It's normal ice and no sugar, but it still tastes good.
So you know what to do, Sansa? Please sponsor us so we can talk more about you guys.
Yeah, introduce
Yeah.
all your milk teas and fruit teas, maybe. No,
how about
just kidding.
yourself, Jun Liang?
Proudly displayed here is Jasmine Blossom Yun Yang from Luckin Coffee. I think tastes quite nice ever since I was introduced to it, and the price point is actually very good also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll do a shout out for Luckin to sponsor the Lim Kopi episode because I think the branding aligns.
Ooh.
That's right. So
Lucky if you heard that.
Luckin and Lim Kopi collab, maybe that sounds quite nice, but
Yeah.
we shall see. But anyway, yes, I think something you pointed out is quite interesting. Luckin's price point is very affordable, and I do like it personally as well. Like ever since Luckin came into picture, right, I have never considered that two other brands, which is Starbucks and Coffee Bean. But I mean, they still taste nice. Just that I think Luckin is a more friendlier option for not just for everyday consumer, but I think the range is quite not bad as well.
Yeah, if you want a quick coffee fix, and you're thinking of like something that's cheaper, not say cheaper, like more affordable, then Luckin is like a good option as well.
Correct. So
Yeah.
even before, just prior to recording this episode, I was ordering Luckin and I was just seeing their whole menu from their application itself. For some reason, they started rolling out selling sandwiches.
Wow,
I
Luckin.
You didn't know this, right?
I didn't know.
I only know this morning, you know.
Oh.
So I saw it like the app. They got like I can't remember because it's been a while since this morning.
Yeah.
I think they got two flavors. I think something tuna. Or
Don't
something.
remember what is
but
it.
it's something
Sandwich.
sandwich.
Yeah,
So
sandwich.
two flavors, pretty interesting. I mean, they do sell desserts as well, but the sandwich one got me surprised. So I might try it one day.
Well, now you don't only get your coffee fix, you also get your breakfast fix.
Yeah, maybe
Wow,
that's
Luckin.
your strategy. Just saying. Luckin, pretty good. Panai, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, I got matcha frappe. So kind of remind me of my days whenever I'm going Starbucks to buy frappes. So
Green tea frap.
yeah, green tea frappe. So I just like green tea in general. So yeah, that's the story. I mean, we like our drinks. So Sansa and Luckin, if you're listening, please consider sponsoring us so we can talk more good
Yes.
things about
So
you
we'll
guys.
tag you.
Um,
I think.
Tag
Very good.
Hopefully. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yay. Oh, do we need to do a cheers?
Oh,
Yes.
cheers. Yeah,
Shall we
okay,
do
okay.
drink?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes,
Thank
cheers.
you.
Yes. Thank you, Luckin.
Wow, it's sweet and it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Refreshing for a hot day.
Today's episode, our topic itself is childhood and parenthood. So, of course, Jun Liang himself is a parent already,
Yeah.
but we are not parents yet. Hopefully, in the
Not
future.
yet.
Yeah,
No,
in the future.
no, not
In the
yet.
future.
In
In the
future, yeah,
future.
yeah.
You never know.
But
Yeah.
one thing that the three of us have in common is we have a childhood.
We
You have? Why you
You have a
hesitating?
childhood?
Why are you hesitating?
Of course, you have a childhood, right?
I'm having a different kind of childhood, but similar in like similar timeline. I
Of
would
course,
say,
yeah.
same decade.
So what I'm trying to say is that we all have a childhood.
Yes.
And to just play a simple icebreaker here with all three of us, including myself, we'll just do a simple quick fire question. So
Yeah.
don't think too much. Whatever that comes in your head, just answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's go with question number one. Were you more of a playground or a stay-at-home kid? So
Who go first?
you can go first if you want to. Or
I was very much, I guess, a stay-at-home kid.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and the reason was because I think my parents restricted my time in terms of whether I go out to the playground or not in that sense. Yeah,
okay.
so I spent a lot of time actually reading books, borrowed by library because, parents believe in good education. Yeah, so more of that actually.
Debbie yourself?
Okay, I'm also a stay-at-home kid. Like occasionally we'll go outside to play, but it's only like very rare occasions. Yeah, so I'm more of a stay-at-home kid. Watch TV, read books, play piano. Yeah. About yourself?
Myself, I'm a playground kid. So I'm always like going out to play. And always till the wee hours. Not like super late.
Wee
not super late,
hours.
not super late.
Wow.
But
Wow.
as in late to the point where maybe 12 at midnight. But for
Oh.
a kid, that is very late already.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
wow. What?
So I'll share this more later in the podcast. But
Can.
basically,
Now I'm
me
intrigued.
and my childhood friends, we will always stay at the playground, which is downstairs to our apartments. We will stay until like very late, and all our mothers will be staying by the side, looking at us.
Huh.
Until midnight.
Until midnight.
Until midnight.
Wow.
Wow,
Because for them, it's a gossiping session.
Gossip until midnight session.
Yes. But for
Wow.
us, it's playing session all the way until they're done with gossiping. It's like,
That's
hey,
true.
kids, let's go home already. Yeah, so
see.
that's the whole idea.
And
behind
two in
it.
one kind of thing.
Two in one. It kills two birds with one stone.
Wow.
Not bad, not bad.
Interesting.
Maybe you can
Okay.
consider with your kid.
What?
Huh?
No,
to
no,
gossip
no.
with other parents
Wow.
until midnight.
No.
What should we gossip
encourage-
about, man? I don't know. But it seems interesting that it's determined like by your parents. In that
Yeah,
sense.
determined by
Your
parents.
parents are more stay at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. So I think each of us have our different childhoods in that sense, really. Ma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe we go to the next question. What is your favorite toy growing up? So maybe for me, right, I love playing cars
Mm-hmm.
because my father kind of introduced to me. Back then it was Xbox, so we played like a lot of video games from there. But even before that, I had a lot of like Hot Wheels and stuff like that. So I played a lot of like toy cars growing up. I even had a radio control car as well.
Wow.
So that's why that's why I say that I'm a playground kid, because my father would bring me downstairs to play with the radio control car. So we would charge the battery, then we will go out, play for a bit. That's basically my excuse of going to the playground
I
usually.
see.
Yourself, Debbie?
What I can think on top of my head is like a cooking set that I used to have. You know, like there's a pot, then there's a pan, there's a stove as well. Then what me and my sister used to do is like we will put like the seeds inside, then they just like cook it.
But
So like
what's seeds?
pretend cooking. I don't know what is it called. It's like red bean, but not really red bean.
Mm.
Yeah, so we just like pretend cooking. Yeah, I have a lot of cooking sets. I'm less of a doll person, I would say. I only have like 1 or 2 dolls. Yeah, I think I spend more time cooking, like pretend cooking, not actual cooking, pretend cooking.
Should
Yeah.
I have casted you for MasterChef Junior?
Be hard. Yeah.
Jun Liang?
I think I didn't have a particular favorite toy. It was just a whole set of toys. I remember, like, even in upper primary age, I was still playing all these things, trying to build a so-called a different world in itself. If it's like, imagine if, I don't know, maybe Roblox. Back in
Okay.
those days, you have Lego or you have other characters, then you try to create and narrate a story out from there. Yeah, maybe trying to build up a dramatic life. I don't know.
So you have like a lot of those
Yeah.
building
Lego
blocks.
blocks.
Building
growing up.
blocks, different character, action figurines,
Wow.
these kind of things.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you're basically like creating a story out of your like whatever you have.
Whatever I have,
Yeah.
this person will travel from here to there,
Mm.
fight this and fight that, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fight back, guys.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So I think it's a very fun question for all of us.
Mhm.
What superpower did you wish when you had growing up?
Growing up, I always wish that I could be not say very fast, that I could do a lot of things at once. Like, yeah, I have more than 24 hours in that sense. So I can do more things. And because I like to do a lot of things, but I feel I don't have enough time. So I wish that my superpower is like adding more time to the current time I have or something like that.
How busy are you as a kid?
Not really. But it's just that I wish that I have more time to do other stuff. I think growing up as a teenager, especially, because I spend more time at school and like doing homework. So I wish I have more time to do like my hobbies and stuff like that.
Wow, you think so deep. Ah.
Yeah, super ability.
For me, I wish I was like a Flash. So because I was very slow.
Okay.
Yeah, so whenever I play block catching with friends, I'm always the one getting caught first. Yeah, it's so not fun for me, right?
yeah.
Of course. So I always end up being caught. Then eventually you play ice and water. Then you're the
Always
the
get
one,
ice.
You get ice, right? As a fat person, because I was already starting to be very slow because I was fat already. I was chubby. Okay, chubby. Maybe chubby is the right word of saying it. Then very hard for me to catch up to my faster friends.
Then your faster friends will always catch up to you.
Yeah. So then, of course, my next superpower that I wished I had was the ability to hide well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not like
Hide and
transparent.
Not transparent.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's in the ability to be stealthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So then when I
Interesting.
play hide and seek all that, right? Yeah. Then I always find the best places to hide
Mhm.
because I know I cannot outrun them.
So you
then I
hide
hide well.
Yeah.
All
Nice,
the
nice.
Street skills. Street
Street
skills.
skills,
Street
yes.
skills.
Yes.
How about
Exactly.
yourself?
Interestingly, I think probably I would have wished for I don't know how to call this superpower, but like the ability to figure out friendships, relationships. in
Mind
that sense.
reading? Not really mind
Not really
reading.
mind reading. It's more like how do you
Interpersonal skills.
interpersonal skills, how do you form good friendships, things like that. Because honestly, I was a bit of a I wouldn't say a loner, but definitely not the cool kid or the popular kid in school, in class kind of thing. Then sometimes growing up, you admire these kind of people, like wow, their relationship with other people, affinity is so good in that sense. Yeah, and coupled with the fact that I moved from Yishun to Woodlands, like in the middle of P3, P4. So all the more, I think my primary school is in Yishun. So all the more my social circle is further apart from there ever since then and everything.
Surely.
So, yes.
Okay.
The ability to figure out friendships and relationships.
It's not an easy skill, by the way.
No, it's not.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
But as a kid, we just be very open to making friends. Yeah, so
But not growing up, not everyone is like that.
correct. Because we all end up forming barriers and we end up becoming more defensive in that sense.
Yeah.
Correct. But I mean, speaking about growing up and also school-wise, right? I'm sure everybody has been asked this question before. What do you want to be when you grow up?
What did you want to be?
What did you want to be at first?
Me,
At first, don't tell me your current job. Unless it's really you wanted to be that.
It's very far away though.
Sure.
At one point in time, it was a very typical policeman. Yeah, seeing people in uniform authority like was
It's a noble
very
job,
cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think about nobility. I think about coolness first.
Coolness first. Wow.
Like wow,
You
Looks
just use
first,
the
looks
gun.
first.
I
To hit.
I can run.
Bear
So I
animal.
thought I thought I could be made for that job. Kind of thing.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, but after a while, then maybe because influenced by parents, then you think about could I become a doctor too? I don't know, one day. Then that's until I realized my grades cannot make it. So
Right.
then life
Oops.
reality hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, for me, I mean, I'm a video editor now professionally. But when I was growing up, I wanted to be a math teacher.
Wow.
I wanted to be that. So I could have been that, or I wanted to be a detective.
Detective.
Yes. Because I enjoyed watching a lot of crime dramas.
Okay.
Yeah, so all those like Hong Kong crime dramas.
Hong Kong
or,
crime drama.
Crime Watch.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love watching those when I was a kid. So
Mm-hmm.
that also kind of influenced me growing up. So I always
Yeah.
like to observe things. I like to do people watching as well.
Okay.
So as I was a young
Wow.
kid, yeah.
I wanted to be a lot of things when I grow up. So first I wanted to become a singer. And then I moved on from that. I wanted to become a radio DJ at one point.
Wow.
Just for a very
Yeah.
short span, because I went on to like a radio station to do like a 30-minute session kind of thing. So that was my dream at one point. Then what else? Also wanted to become a doctor because I think like wow, can save people, then can take care of patients kind of thing. Then yeah, it's not that I wouldn't say my grades couldn't. It's just that it's a very long journey to become a doctor, so I just gave up on that. And also, I think I wanted to become a teacher at some point too, but that's not like my ideal dream lah. So very different directions.
All I can say is that at least one of your childhood dreams is in video DJ, technically.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Kind
kind of, but
As
not
in-
officially.
Now as in talking about being up in the podcast. And
Yeah.
Technically.
This is
They're not on live,
DJing.
not on live.
But not live,
Yeah.
live. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
in the
You don't
sense,
have to press buttons here.
wow, that one's stressful. Leh.
Wow.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it sounds like we do have quite a good childhood.
Mhm.
Some of us we are more active in general. Some of us we are more towards staying at home. We do have like various degrees of experiences when it comes to childhood. No, but let's share something that is more like fun and lighthearted. Maybe I want to understand. Is there maybe a one memory that maybe instantly makes you smile when you think of your childhood, or maybe something that is significant enough when you think back? Oh, you feel happy thinking about it. As I mentioned during the quickfire questions, I enjoyed a lot playing with my childhood friends. So
With your what friends?
childhood friends.
Oh, I heard girlfriends. I see.
Whoa,
Hey,
girlfriends.
It's controversial for women.
Wow.
I hope.
No.
That was a
As
different
in
life.
childhood friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Alright.
as I mentioned just now, me and my childhood friends will play until quite late into the night itself, and also with our moms together, right? They would basically sit at the side at one corner of the playground to observe us from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
So during the weekends or during festive seasons itself, we will always typically gather downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and also because back then my mom, she was an active volunteer in the residence committee. She would help to organize all the different community events for the residents in the neighborhood itself.
Oh,
Mm.
So hence, she would also kind of chill the different aunties as well. Then
Mm.
also the aunties will bring the kids,
Mm.
because the events itself are usually catered to the younger ones or maybe to the new residents or the residents in general. So we will just come down, we'll play, and then sometimes there's some children related activities as well. So all these events slowly morph into like a tradition now. So we would end up like, oh, anything to do, nothing to do, let's all go down and play. So one thing that I reminisce a lot is all this like childhood playground moments with my childhood friends itself. We will have a lot of fun. We would play till the late hours into the night. Or even like in the afternoon as well. Like even after school or after tuition, because we all go to the same tuition together as well.
oh.
Yeah, so we will practically see our childhood friends quite often. So that's why, like I said, whenever we have the chance to play, it really does feel like a long-lasting memory in that sense. It's like a core memory to me,
Mhm.
and I just wish that I can go back to those days, but unfortunately, everybody moved on. They all either married, got kids, or they are at some point of their,
Busy with life.
yeah, busy with life. Yeah,
Life
so
happens.
life happens.
Yeah, life
Yeah.
happens.
So I think that's what I meant by, it kind of makes me think about it once in a while. I do go back once in a while to the neighborhood to kind of relieve the memories, not by playing, but in just being there in the presence itself, just to think about all the wonderful memories I've made.
Back in my
Wow.
days.
Very
Yeah, back in my-
sentimental guy.
Yeah.
I'm a
Very
very
He's a-
sentimental
very
guy.
Yeah.
I'm a hugely sentimental guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this, this memory of like when I was much younger, like maybe back in the 90s or so kind of thing, it was a
Mhm.
thing for families to go down to Orchard Road during Christmas to look at the decorations there.
Oh.
That time they really have really extensive decoration that they put at the mall just by the side, and you can maybe see like moving train or the snow globe kind of thing. It was a super
Wow.
big thing then. Nowadays-
Is it still as big?
No, nowhere near. I don't think
Really?
anybody goes to Orchard Road for Christmas already. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm less happening as I grow up.
I think I still went like 3 years ago.
The time I was
to
bringing you
Orchard. But
around
there's
to
not
Orchard, yeah.
much of, in terms of like the extensive decorations or like
Yeah.
moving items or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was huge back in the 90s. You can see the site
Wow.
installations right at the as in right on the top of the shopping center, and the things are moving, all these kind of things. Like,
Wow.
wow.
So like a lot more things to see.
Yes, the budget very big.
Oh.
Yeah. So I remember my family would go there just to take a look at all these things. I mean, just being together, family, and doing that lah. And
Yeah.
I remember one exact time. I think that time Jurassic Park was just released. You know,
The first Jurassic Park.
the first Jurassic Park.
Okay,
the,
okay,
the
yeah.
best.
When was that? Man?
Yeah, you don't know.
know.
Proves all the more I'm a 90s baby.
Donkey years
Yeah.
ago.
Donkey years ago.
Yeah,
yes,
and,
correct.
and there was this one famous scene where they, I can't remember, the character tried to touch the fencing and the wire kind of thing. Then
They jump out.
they jump out. They
Yeah.
gonna get electric shock. The kind of that scene in itself.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
I don't think I
You all
watched the
don't,
movie.
right?
I don't think I watched the movie.
Can't remember, but
You all
not
can
really.
go back and watch Jurassic Park. It's a good movie again.
Yeah.
So I remember me and my brother, because we just watched it, so we just we used one photo where we both grab the wire and I pretend like it's going to get shocked and just shout it out and kind of thing in the middle of Orchard Road. Yeah, very
In the
random,
middle of
but
Orchard Road.
Yeah.
Eh. What?
I hope there was not much stairs though.
Did your parents manage to get a photo?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
There is a
my
photo.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. There could be stairs, but we were kids, so we can get away with anything.
Yeah, surely.
Wow, but do you consider that as a moment that makes you cringe now?
Not really. I mean, if I do that now as a 30-something year old guy, then I will really
People
cringe.
think
But
you're crazy lah.
yeah, I was a kid, so a kid can do anything and won't get judged.
Wow, this is the kid pass.
That's
Yeah,
a
kid
pass.
pass.
Yeah.
True what? That's the privilege of being a kid. Now for me, I was thinking of like during primary school days, he used to I mean my parents used to put us in a lot of like those school camps,
Okay.
part of like scouts or whatever, or just like primary school camps, church camps, whatever. So I think I quite like the feeling of like being with friends and then like being able to stay up until late night. Then there was this one time that we have a camp in our school field. Then we just like basically live in like the tents. And then there was this one session where like the teacher actually like blindfolded everyone, then pretend to bring us to like the jungle. But actually we just like rounding around the what is it called? The field. So that was, think about it, right? It's quite funny, but then it was quite a fun experience. Like they actually asked us like, hey, jump here. Oh, you must cross bigger because there's a longkang or something like that. So it was a fun experience. I would say, yeah, then when I think about it and I feel like wanna laugh. Feels funny more than like a happy memory. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I used to go to a lot of camps.
Camps
Yeah.
I also went to a lot of camps when I was in primary and secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
One of the more notable ones was when I was in primary 5.
Mm.
Went to this I don't know, I forgot what's it called, yeah, those NE camps kind. So they will bring you to some random crunchy campsite.
Oh.
I can't remember exactly because it's a really long time. And then you will stay there for about 3 days, 2 nights or something. Yeah, without proper facilities and stuff. So you the only like thing proper is probably like a shed or something. That everybody all will be sleeping in the shed together. So
Oh.
like probably one class sleep in one shed, another class sleep in one shed. Then there will be some outdoor activities. So one of the outdoor activities that we do is those bungee those zip line.
Oh, zip line.
Not bungee,
Okay,
sorry.
not bungee.
Yeah, zip
High
lines,
elements.
yeah, high elements,
Yeah.
correct. Then tightrope, all this, and then climbing those pillars or something. So one of the moments that I remembered is that I was the only kid was brave enough to climb the entire pillar. There was this one pillar that they will ask all the students try climb a few, and then most people, most of the kids could only climb a few steps because they were so afraid. I'm pretty sure. And I was the only kid, or I can only remember as that, who went up almost all the way.
Oh.
Wow.
Then the instructors are all like panicking.
Hey, come down.
Yeah, because I think I didn't.
Were you harnessed? Or
Sorry?
like you just climb up there without any gear?
No, of course we have harness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Confirm
Okay.
have.
I don't know.
That's scary.
You know why they're panicking?
Oh.
Not back in back in my days, those parents would say, "Oh, I climbed the tree kind." No, it's not that kind. It's those actual long pillars where there's actual steps.
Okay.
Like the ladder kind. So you just
Yeah.
climb as high as you can.
Wow.
Just
So-
trying to imagine like what does the pillar look like?
It's probably like those long wooden kinds.
Oh,
Yeah.
like without nothing around.
Probably, but I can't remember because this is the only thing I can remember for it.
You
for
remember
some-
climbing out high and everyone panicking?
Yeah, because it's so unnatural for a kid to be that brave to go up all the way.
That's true.
It's true.
And-
It's true.
Yeah, it's very unnatural. So
Unnatural, not scared of heights at all.
yeah, I wasn't that scared, but
Back then,
back then, but now I'm
Now-
a bit more scared. Yeah, so now these days, if I look down, I'm like, oh, it's too high. So I think that made me smile a little bit because I know that I was a brave kid growing up. So I was not afraid of things. I was a very fearless kid in that sense.
Fearless boy.
Yeah, fearless boy lah. Yeah, correct.
The
But
hanging out at playgrounds until midnight must have helped you.
maybe there,
Yeah.
maybe.
Very
So
used to the
Yeah,
climbing.
very yeah.
correct lah.
Braving the night, braving whatever. Nothing can stop me.
Nothing can stop me. But my parents, in the sense where I'm glad they allowed me to do this because that encouraged my sense of adventure and that allowed me to be more imaginative in terms of my life as well. I don't know for you guys whether like your parents were more stricter in that sense or are they more chill. My parents, right? They are strict to a certain extent, but they know that I'm a pretty rebellious person. I'm a very rebellious kid lah. Be it being rude or not, but that's a different story of another time. But I was this free will lah. I'll just do whatever I want, and my parents will know that this kid just let him do. But at the same time, they will try to control me as well. But at the end of the day, they just want me to be happy. So just wondering for you guys, how were your parents were like for you guys during your childhood? Were they more strict? Were they more chill in their parenting style? And how did that shape you as a person today?
I remember growing up, my parents are quite strict with me. I mean, it's not strict as in like disciplinary wise strict. Like they set out rules and then we got curfews and we are not really being able to like be too adventurous in terms of like, going out or venturing too far from our house. Yeah, they were said like, oh, you can only go this far. Then beyond that, you will face consequences. So I remember that we did that once, me and my sister. So we went a bit further from our neighborhood. So when we came back, right, we got scolding from our parents. Yeah, so disciplinary wise, they are quite strict. Like, yeah, so all of this. But in terms of like academics or hobbies, they don't really much control. So they just like give that free will to us, like whatever you want to learn in terms of like, I grew up playing piano since 5.
Wow.
Yeah. And I still remember like my parents forking up money just to get me like an upright piano, like a simple upright piano. And then I have to move it all the way from KK all the way to where I'm staying. That was like 2 hours drive. So in terms of like pursuing my hobbies and interests, my parents are quite supportive in that way. And they always support us. Like if we want to do like, school performances, like singing, dancing, going out, camp, like, yeah, they always bring us to like camps or like doing school stuff. So yeah, they are quite strict in terms of like disciplinary, but they are also quite free in terms of like what we want to pursue as a hobby. Yeah.
So they give you the freedom in that sense lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yourself?
So for myself, my family is the really like traditional Asian family. So strict is definitely strict, whether you're talking about discipline or other things in that sense.
No means no lah.
No means no. Yeah.
Oh.
So getting caned for bad behavior, getting into fights, all these kind of things is normal. And I always also grew up hearing a lot of their opinions about what it is to be succeeding in your studies or in life in general. So very, Asian families we are very emphasizing on like going to being a doctor, being a lawyer,
Yeah.
being an engineer, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, then if you go into arts or go to music, it's like 没有前途, like no future.
Oh, please don't
No.
remind me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
it's an Asian thing.
Bring back the trauma of childhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
The stereotype.
So a lot of these things lah. Yeah. So my parents really quite I wouldn't say they forced me to make certain choices, but I was definitely very influenced by these kind of choices made for me in that sense. So another example I will cite is actually I mean, for example, in Sec 1, you had all these 6 year CCA fair, right, where you choose
Yeah.
a CCA kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so your parent will go down with you, go take a tour around, kind of thing. Then in the end, the CCA that I was signed up for was squash.
Squash.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know whether you all know I was a squash player in secondary school.
Wow, I didn't know
didn't know?
about that.
It's
I cannot imagine you playing squash.
why?
Why not?
Why not? It's just facing the wall.
You hitting the ball against the wall.
Yeah, hitting the wall against the wall.
You relieve your stress against the wall.
Yes. Helpful skill maybe.
Wow.
At that time, why I got into squash was because after looking at all the C series, my dad is like, you're very skinny. You
Mhm.
need to train your arm muscle. Squash.
So is he choose for you or you choose it yourself?
You
or
can
it kind of
say that he chose for me, like, in a way. Like,
but you still agreed to his decision.
I flow along with it in
Okay.
a sense.
So if
Yeah.
you had a choice, what would you choose instead?
To be honest, I really couldn't make up my mind. But if I given my personality, then I might have gone with a lot what my peers have chosen. So it'll be things like the NPCC, NCC kind of thing, just going along with peers.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
cadet corps, so police cadet corps or those
yes,
army
yes,
cadet
correct.
corps. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like
Oh, that's
those-
in school as well.
Yes, we do have
Yes.
that. Like
Okay.
Girl Guides.
Uniform.
Yeah, Girl Guides, Boys Brigade, Girls
Okay.
Brigade. So yeah, I have to explain kind of things because
Cool.
Debbie herself is not from Singapore, so
Yeah.
I have to
I have no
explain
idea.
certain things to
Yes,
her.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's quite interesting. So
cool.
your parents kind of not say dictate, but they just want to choose something that's the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in their opinion, what's the best?
Correct. What's the best lah?
Yeah.
So what would you say are the values and lessons that your parents tried to instill to you growing up?
For one is definitely discipline,
Mm.
in the sense that need to, right from the primary school, you need to have some routines where you sleep at a certain time,
Mhm.
before the next day you need to pack your bag,
Mhm.
and before exam you need to have studied way
Yeah.
before, kind of thing, which I honestly sometimes forget already. Right, I grew up. Yes, discipline, right from the start. That was definitely one big important one. I think the other thing is, they never said it directly, but I think it's family. How it's important to every Sunday have a meal together,
Oh wow.
go outing together.
Mm.
I mean, I was privileged. Every year or half a year, we'll be going overseas together. Also.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, just the family time. I think that was something that was emphasized.
It's unspoken rule kind of thing, but it kind of like cultivates in the family as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So growing up, your family is considered as quite close knitted lah.
We emphasize family time, but in terms of the typical Asian family, it's not about emotional closeness. It's not like we are the Amor that were like physical expression. Oh, I love you. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hugs or whatever.
I don't necessarily mean that, but I think
Yeah.
it's you guys will always spend a lot of time together.
Family time.
Like
Yeah.
must do things together and
Yeah.
not really have the freedom of having your own personal time. Like, for example, I love to go out with friends. So I will usually I'd rather go out with my friends to go out with my family. That kind.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Yeah. So tough lah because for me, my parents, they would yes, they are also very strict with me in the sense where pack up your bags before the next day for school. Of course, get good grades and all of that. But I always hear it as a strong recommendation. So
Not mandatory.
not mandatory. So I always
Yeah.
end up getting caned. I'm always very used to all this scolding, so I end up I'll just do my own things, and I think my parents gradually just realized that I'm just a very free-minded person and free-willed person.
Hard to control.
Hard to control, but
So just might as well just let it go.
let it glow slowly lah. But I think at the end of the day, what I've learned, especially from my mom, I always see her as a very kind person
Mm.
and a very selfless person as well. I mean, after a while, something happened within my family. They end up divorced. I grew up with my mom afterwards, and she took care of me in my later years, during my teenage years especially.
Mhm.
So what I've really learned from her is that she was very selfless in a sense where she would sacrifice her own happiness just for my happiness. She would really take care of me and make sure I was well provided. Even though we are considered as, not say poor, but we are on the higher lower income. So I mean we're about to touch the middle income, but because she's the only like sole breadwinner in the family,
Mm.
so she would do her best to make sure that I'm provided with not just my wants and needs, as well as my education and whatever that I need in my life lah.
Mm.
So from that, right, I learned from that a lot, and I always instill that lesson or the value in me, and make sure that I also want people to feel the joy with me as well. Whenever like I treat a person well, right, people always think I have agenda. But actually, I just want to make sure that everybody is happy.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
and everybody just feel the same kindness. I mean, sometimes the world is quite scary already. Lah. So
Yeah, that's true.
you just do your best to spread the positivity and just be kind to one another.
Mhm.
Kindness goes a long way. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're definitely very sensitive to other needs in that sense.
But I'm not sensitive to my own needs. That's the
Oh.
problem. Okay, but I'm trying my best to love myself more. Lah. So yes, so I do my best to take care of myself
Yes,
as
yes.
I grow up. Lah.
Yeah. Yes, Lucky, please sponsor Kok Hao. Love himself more.
Self-love.
Yes.
Yeah, self-love. Okay, so this is an interesting question that I can pose to especially yourself because out of the three of us, you are considered on the more wiser in terms of age. Okay, I cannot say word
In terms
older.
of
You just say old in other
experience.
Yeah, more experience.
Yeah.
But okay.
Correct. You see my white hair?
But your white hair is a different story. Not necessarily mean they are old. But anyway, this one ask this question. How do you spend your free time as a kid without today's tech distractions? So to put it simply, I already mentioned I always go out playing with my friends, go out to the playground and just play ice and water, block catching or whatever the case is. That's how I usually spend my time. And I can't imagine as an adult right now, right? I cannot live without my technology right now. But as a kid, somehow I could live without it.
Just
But
survive.
Just survive, you know. Yeah, lah.
Yeah.
But then again, I also grew up with a lot of technology. So I had my Xbox and my computer as well. So technically, I had tech growing up. But how about for yourself? Do you had tech growing up?
For me, like prior to P6, I had like I think close to zero tech in my life.
Oh.
You know, I think only when I reached that one, then that's when the dial modem came up and everything lah. So that was the influence. Then I didn't have PlayStation. I think some of my friends have, but my parents don't have that. Studying is important kind of thing.
Yeah.
So as I shared earlier, I spent a lot of my time at home reading books, reading interesting history books kind of thing. So I would say that was my childhood then, in terms of without the tech disruption and everything, which is very different. I guess from current modern kids in terms of how they have so many tech and to distract them. Yeah.
Definitely. So would you consider yourself as more creative or imaginative when you were younger, or were you less of that because without all this technology?
It's very hypothetical kind of situation, kind of question. I would say that I would have appreciated the current kids, how I see them creating their own world in Roblox,
Oh,
kind of thing,
yeah.
how they imagine, whether it's something as silly as I built a castle in the air, or I can drill a hole in my neighbor's garden kind of thing, but at least there is that outside of the box kind of thinking in that sense, which I think without that technology you couldn't have achieved it, or at least
Okay.
achieve it in a cheap way, kind of thing. Yeah.
It's a different way of imagining things, I think, with the help of technology. Like, it kind of expanded more into like a virtual expanse. Yeah. But then, because growing up, we only had like TVs and books. So it's only, yeah, I mean, you can still go quite far with imagining things from books and everything. But yeah, it's still quite restricted. I don't know.
Speaking about books, like I always hated reading books as a kid. I mean, I'm reading more lately, not just like to improve myself, but I think it's a good way to slow down time. And I enjoyed it as a more of a therapeutic way as well. But as a kid, right, I cannot stand this sitting down there and just reading the book.
Maybe you're just an NC person.
Probably I was more angsty. But for example, when I'm reading non-fiction book, is it non-fiction book? That is, yeah, non-fiction books.
Non-fiction, yeah.
I cannot seem to imagine the world.
You mean fiction?
Oh, fiction,
Yes.
sorry, fiction books. Yeah. I
Okay.
can't seem to imagine the world easily.
Yeah. Maybe you're kind of like the visual person.
Correct.
Mm.
So that's why, like growing up, I watch more shows and movies as well, and
Mhm.
documentaries,
Mhm.
because I cannot seem to imagine anything. I mean, right now, even I still can't imagine. I still need that reference.
Okay.
So
You
for
need
example,
visual reference.
yeah, visual reference. So for example, somebody bought the whole Hunger Games book saga to me,
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't understand a single thing until I watched the movie itself.
Oh,
Then I use the movie as a reference when I'm reading the book.
wow.
Yeah. Then I understood the books.
Okay.
So it's very,
Interesting.
it's very, in that sense, I'm not that imaginative lah.
You're not book imaginative.
Your learning style is different. Lah.
Yeah, my learning style is
Not
different.
saying you're not imaginative.
So that's what I meant. In that sense, I just wish that I was more imaginative um, growing up, because um, I'm able to think outside the box for a lot of things. But when it comes to like thinking of scenarios, um, through, for example, reading, I need that aid. Yeah. So that's how I always grew up with a lot of technology. So technology kind of spoiled me in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, um, how do you think your childhood shaped who you are as a person today?
Wow. I think without my parents being as strict as they are and training me to become more independent and not say self-reliant, but independent and like having that self-help skills, I wouldn't be where I am today. I mean, I would say I have a happy childhood, so I still grow up like loving myself and wanting to keep myself happy as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that my parents brought me up well, despite whatever has happened, and also me being rebellious and naughty as well. But my parents taught me well. My parents also shaped me well as well. I think without my childhood, right, I wouldn't be as adventurous, or I wouldn't be as curious, or daring to try new things. So that discipline kind of shaped who I am as a person professionally. um, I wouldn't be doing this podcast if my child experiences have not taught me to just try new things. Yeah, so I'm always that open to try new things if I have the capability and the mental capacity to do it. Um, I wouldn't be able to do what I am today. So
Yeah.
definitely being a video editor needs to be very creative, very imaginative, and also you need to just have fun while you're doing. It's a very passion driven job. So
It is.
honestly, I thank my childhood for that.
Wow. I want so-called the opposite end in the sense that thanks to my childhood, I think probably I'm more cautious in terms of how I approach things, more pragmatic in looking at situations. Then, but also at the same time, I also value family a lot in the sense of like having private family time, going for trips together. I think those are things I treasure the most. Yeah.
Oh, that is such a nice way to wrap things up. Okay, but we do have the second half that we are intending to dive even more deeper, which is about parenthood. So we would focus more on you this time round.
Okay.
After the break, we will talk more about you becoming a parent, and also what what kind of joys and struggles have you experienced during your so far short 1 year worth of
Thus
being
far.
a parent thus far.
Yeah.
1 year may seem very short, but I'm pretty sure you have a lot of stories to share.
Yes, it flies by very fast. Yes.
Yeah, it
We shall
flies very
see.
fast,
We shall-
seriously.
Yeah.
Seeing your son grow up, it's
Yes,
just amazing. And
Yeah.
it feels like we are also like the godparents. Because
Yeah.
we really see how your son grow up, and
Yes.
and seeing his little milestones ever since then.
Yeah.
He's been born. So I hope to hear more stories from you
Sure.
afterwards.
Sure.
So we're going to go for a quick procrastination break. And when we are back, we'll dive deeper into our second part of this podcast. Okay, see you guys in a bit.
Hello and welcome back to our second part of the podcast, where we'll be sharing more about Jun Liang's journey into becoming a parent and like experiencing the joys and struggles of being a parent of one for now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Yes.
So I think in the first part we delve quite deep into
Our
our
childhood.
childhoods
Yeah.
and how our parents taught us and what are the different discipline styles as well.
Mhm.
But I think this time around, it's more about you.
Okay.
What do you have for your son, and what kind of childhood have you shaped for him, and how he has grown up for the past 1 year? And I think maybe you're gonna give some context behind your um, parenthood journey first, before we continue on with the questions.
Sure. This feels a bit like a job interview for parenthood. Right?
Yeah.
No lah, no lah.
Kidding, kidding.
Maybe because you have a father of two soon. So your unborn child hear all this, right? Then see whether is it accurate or not. No lah, not that stress, not that
No
stress.
Now
not
you're
that
putting
stress.
the stress on it because like 10 years later he'll be viewing this and like, wow, did he deliver according to what he promised? Kind of thing.
Yeah, setting out the what is it called? 10
The
years
wish
plan.
list.
Wow.
Ah.
笑料啦，笑料。I
The
need
master
ChatGPT.
plan. No lah. I think maybe you can just share about your journey so far.
Sure.
Of 1 year having your son,
Mm.
and how is it like so
Mm.
far being a parent?
Yeah. So I mean for one, when we tried for a kid for some time. So that's like I think we tried 1 year plus or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and when we finally know that we're gonna conceive him and things like that. I'm quite thankful to be given the opportunity to be a parent. I think not everybody has that opportunity in that sense.
Yeah.
And particularly for me, I had a health crisis like I think 6-7 years ago, of which it could have resulted in me not being able to conceive. Not conceive. To have a kid. Sorry, I'm not the one conceiving.
Yeah. I was about
Yeah,
say,
to not have a
it's okay.
kid. So all the more I'm just thankful and grateful for this privilege of being given to parent someone, to shape a young person
Mhm.
and take care of him lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of this past 1 year or so, I think time fly by very fast. Just last week I was having a conversation with my colleague. Because my colleague is going to have twins soon. That's like double,
Twins.
double the trouble.
Wow.
Then he was talking to me about, time to buy all the, how many diapers he need to buy per day, how many milk feed he needs to look into kind of thing. I was like, hey, that sounds like a familiar consideration that I had to make like one year ago together with my wife and things like that. I was like, wow, but now it's so different really. Like 1 year is so many changes as in terms of parenthood.
Yeah.
So I think one is that as a parent, every milestone that you see your kid growing up in this past 1 year, is really quite evident and you're really very joyful about it. So like for example, like how he first time flipped turnover, how he started crawling, saying things like "pa," for the very first time. I think this kind of things as a milestone, as a parent, you will treasure it for sure.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, I think another aspect is also about how as a full-time working parent, you have to, I think for me, like grapple with a bit of a dad guilt in a sense. And that was especially after my paternity leave, like going back to workplace, then have to work hard at work, be separated from a kid, kind of thing, then come back, sometimes come back home late or whatever not, then you feel that, I really want to spend more time with my child.
Yeah, a bit of
Yeah.
separation anxiety.
For the parent, not the
Definitely.
Yeah, for the parent, not
Definitely.
for the kid.
Understandable.
How has life changed for you since becoming a dad? In terms of like your lifestyle and like your routines and everything.
So for one is that automatically around 8 I'll wake up already. Because that's the
Wow.
time he wake up. Because now,
Yeah.
Don't need to buy alarm clock.
Yes.
He's the
Just get
alarm
a kid.
clock for you.
Indeed. I mean, it's not like he make a big fuss or whatever, but just that we are very used to that timing that he wakes up every day, kind of thing. Yeah. So what other changes? For one, our I think our social life is very different. Or
Social
maybe
life.
no social life.
Huh? What?
Where God.
It is much harder to make time to go around and meet friends, whatever not. That's for sure. Because
Okay.
if I were to go out, she will have to stay at home to make sure she's around to take care of the kid. So it's like a duty system, kind of thing. We need to have definitely one of the parent around in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Like guard duty lah.
Well.
can lah. You can put it that way lah.
Yeah lah,
There
yeah lah,
needs
yeah
to be a system lah. We cannot
Correct.
just like anyhow agree to a meal or meet up with someone without knowing her calendar. I think then that would be
To
disastrous.
sync both calendars now.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are some of the major changes, I guess.
You know, because also like just now you say we also watch him grow up like past this 1 year. So is there any like something that is a core memory to you, like any funny or heartwarming moments that you have with him?
I think 2 weeks ago it's quite funny because I was just taking a gum in the toilet and everything, right?
Okay.
Then suddenly he opened the door like boom. Then then the moment he saw me, he's like, "Pa."
In the middle of a dump.
Yes, in the middle of my dump. I mean, I should have locked the door, I don't know, right? But then he just crawled over and just opened the door and just said that. It's like very cute. I don't know what to make of it.
Then do you feel like a bit awkward or just funny that he did that?
Well, this memory won't stay with him for sure.
Surely, because you can't remember
you can't remember
But
this.
now that you mention it, probably he'll look back at this video 10 years later, wondering.
Please don't find this. Please don't. If you listen until this, you just stop. Just watch
Let's
something else.
stop.
Yeah.
The first part more funnier.
Yes, that was quite funny. I gotta say, one of the funniest things.
Oh man.
So lesson learned, you should have locked your door.
But I won't get to have such good memories if I were to
That's
lock the door. You know,
true.
it's so
Too much information. Okay, but is there like any biggest joy or struggles that you have faced as a young parent? I mean, you did mention that whenever you have your social activities, you cannot just leave your son at home. You need to sync up with your wife to make sure that there is some space in between to ensure that your kid is all okay before you can go for your activities. I mean, that's definitely one of the struggles I'm hearing. But is there any other things that you really want to share, the hard truths of becoming a parent?
I guess for a first-time parent, there was much to figure out. Yeah, so I mean, one is after I can understand why some parents they don't bring their kids out for the first few months or whatever of their parenthood, because when you I think when we brought him out the first few times, there was always something that I forget to bring, kind of thing, in that sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
In terms of packing.
packing lah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think one time it was a blanket. Like, if the room is too cold, kind of thing, then you need to warm up. The worst was I forgot to bring his hot water flask.
Oh no.
Yeah, so there was no milk. When
to
you're
make the
hungry,
milk.
cry, then like, hey, where's the flask? Yeah, kind of thing. And I was like, oh dear, I definitely need to think of some creative way. So I had to borrow a really hot water flask from another parent, then mix a bit to make sure it's not so warm, and then quickly on the spot, work out something to give him, kind of thing.
Where were you at that situation? Like, when did that happen? Where?
It was in church.
Oh,
That's in
okay.
church.
Not so bad.
Not too bad. I was
Yeah.
imagining like in a shopping mall, then this happened.
No,
Yeah.
I was imagining that he will be in an overseas trip with his son and his wife. Because I've seen your Instagram before. You have went overseas with your son.
Yes.
I think like a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple
Two
of times.
times I think.
Yep.
One in JB, another one.
One in Desaru, one in Penang.
Yeah.
Mm.
So was it very hard to plan those trips with your son?
It wasn't hard in the sense that there's not much things for us to have to go out of the boundaries of, in a sense. We have to keep within, like, of course, when you select hotels, you have to find and make sure that there's an option that they have a court. But you cannot do very adventurous things like before, like go on long hikes or all these
Yeah.
kind of things. No chance for that.
Surely.
And
10 years later.
and we try to we try to find activities that maybe give him a bit more exposure to elements that you may not have in Singapore. As in, for example, like really nice and pristine beach, kind of thing.
Oh my god,
Uh,
that's a story that I remembered. There was one time that you brought your son to the beach.
Yeah.
Then you were exposing him to sand and
Yes.
and the sea water.
Yes.
So he just bravely went ahead towards the water. And I think the tide is slowly coming in, right?
Yes,
I'm
yes, yes,
assuming.
yes.
So wow, he's so fearless. Leh.
Yes, yes. We trained him well. His first time in Desaru, he was still a bit fearful. It's like, you see the waves and everything like very big. So you can see his hands still put up like a bit scared. But by the time the next trip, when he was in Penang, he was wanting to crawl into the
Wow.
waves already and everything.
That's growth, eh?
Yeah, that's growth indeed.
Yeah.
Some of the things you will see as a parent.
Is there like any parenting books that you have to read a lot, or advices that you have listened just to prep yourself for parenthood?
There are plenty of contents and materials for sure with regards to parenting. I mean, for one, MSF on its website, you can subscribe to it and they will pump you message every few months or so, looking at the developmental milestones, things like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So then also, I mean, there are TikTok videos about parenting. So sometimes I will search it up. Like, for example, nowadays I'm searching like how to help my son to walk by himself unassisted.
Ooh,
How to
okay.
encourage my son to verbalize, or how to encourage him to flip over in earlier days. So educational kind of contents to help me in that sense.
Okay.
There's also the other solicited or unsolicited kind of verbal advice from people all around, whether it's from my parents or whether it's from fellow peers, in a sense like you should do this, you should do that kind of thing. Sometimes as a parent you need to manage also in terms of all these comments and expectations and determine what's best for your kid.
Yeah, surely
Yeah.
you can't take everything that you see online or like what you heard from people and just like shove it all onto your own parenting style, I would assume.
Yeah.
Do you often feel overwhelmed by all this
Information.
influx of information?
I would say that they give good food for thoughts. I mean, I'm not a parenting expert, so I would say that all these things, good things to consider in that sense.
Yeah.
But it also helps me to maybe point me to like what should I be thinking and researching about myself. When they say all these things, for example, about discipline, when does that really start in that sense, or ever not, to have my own opinion and figure out things like as a parent in that sense. I think that's the parenthood journey. Like they're going as you grow up, there's going to be so many multiple combinations, which primary school to go to, what streams, whatever not. But you have to figure out lah, I guess.
Yeah, because it may seem like it's too early to think about this, but eventually you still have to go through all of that.
Yeah.
As your son grows up. So do you ever worry that you are not doing enough for your son?
To be honest, that thought and that fear do come at times. Like
Sure.
like maybe I should be more well read. I should anticipate in advance. By this stage, I should really know all these kind of things in that sense. Definitely will always have those concern and fear lah. And I think you are trying to parent out of the best that you can give to your kid. And this also includes various other things like my job, and in church context, ministry as well, that I also give in terms of my energy and commitment. So I think just managing all this as a whole, trying my best in that sense, don't need to be perfect, and trusting, I mean, as a Christian, trusting God that He will take care and protect and work out things for us eventually as well.
Yeah. There's a saying that goes that there's no perfect parents, but it's just how we learn how to teach our child as well. Because every child is different and every parent is different, and there's no like a one size fits all kind of method in terms of parenting. Yeah.
That's true, because at the end of the day, parents are still human beings,
Yeah.
and we are bound to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, we just continue to grow as humans, and we just experience the mistakes, and then we learn, and then we continue and move forward from there. Um, I'm sure it's always difficult because every day you seem like you're learning something new. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because as a young parent or as a new parent as well, I'm sure there's a lot of parenting lessons you have slowly um, garnered as your parenthood journey continues. And one thing I've always been very curious: do you have a parenting lesson you have learned the hard way? Something that caught you by surprise that you wish people told you earlier?
Too early to say.
I can't think of anything at this moment in time, to be really honest. Maybe along the
Okay.
way, if there's conversation, whatever not, then you can help bring some of these
A
reflection
coin of
point lah.
wisdom.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
in
It's
that-
okay.
in that
Maybe
sense.
it means that maybe you had it easier so far, or maybe some things that I won't say easy, but I think you somehow figure things out. Yeah, and you have a lot of experience lah. Say that you're good in what you're
no,
doing.
no,
No
definitely
lah.
not. If I make my mistakes here and there,
Okay.
because I try to think beyond all the various practical factors, like, oh, you should have gone here to buy a diaper kind
Oh.
of thing. A lot of this kind of practical things.
Okay.
I was like, okay, but I think we're talking about parenting, so that's a very different thing in that
Okay.
sense.
Never mind, we just interview you like 5 years later.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it could be true because as of now he's 1 year and it's a lot more about the like I don't know how to put it, the developmental aspects of him growing, his
Yeah.
teething, all these kind of things, rather than
Yes.
like disciplining his character as of now lah. In
Yeah,
that
correct,
sense.
correct. So still early to tell actually. But yeah, we'll see. 5 years later, maybe we'll do like a part
5-year
2.
review.
Yeah, 5 year yeah, 5-year review plan, is it?
Yeah, maybe we'll do like a review lah, and see. Oh, has Jun Liang done better?
Ooh,
No lah, no
No,
lah, no
no,
lah.
But
no,
yeah,
no
there's a,
pressure.
there's a,
It's
there's a
not like an
scorecard.
evaluation
Come-
thing, but I think it's also kind of interesting to hear more stories in the
Yeah.
future.
Mm.
See
who
from-
knows? You might get like a fresh perspective of things. Like maybe you've learned more about parenthood in terms of like parenting a older child, because of course it's different from like taking care of a baby and taking care of a toddler.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely. So now we will jump into a section where we will ask you about what are your hopes and worries for your children growing up in this generation. Because we are all considered as Gen Y?
Are
Is it
we?
Gen Y or Gen Z? No, Gen
Gen
Z.
Z.
Yeah, Gen Z, sorry. Yeah, my brain's not working suddenly. Yeah, so we're considered as
Are you
Gen
still considered Gen Z? I don't know.
No,
or
I'm not.
millennial.
I'm millennial.
Oh,
Millennial,
okay.
yeah.
Yes.
So we are Gen Zs,
Oh,
but
Gen Z.
we
Yeah.
are millennial.
Pre
But-
Gen Z.
But to be honest, same lah. 90s is
Same
90s,
difference.
Yeah. 90s is 90s.
Yeah. I don't know why they try to term it as like millennials and Gen Z. It's like we're living in a different decade or something. Different century.
To be fair, we grew up with a lot of social media, but in his time, yeah, as you say lah, the dial-up days lah.
Correct.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't experienced, or maybe not as much, because I remember dealing with dial-up when I was younger, but
Oh.
I was so young to not remember much about it lah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to drive at is that your son, I'm pretty sure he's in a different generation as us already.
Yeah.
I think he's considered as a Gen Alpha or
Yeah,
Gen
Gen
Beta.
Alpha.
Yeah,
Something like
something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. So
Can't
I,
even catch up at this point.
yeah,
Yes.
I lost track of what kind of generation they call themselves as. But
Yeah.
when they grow up or when they're slowly growing up, what are your hopes or what do you worry about for your child?
For sure, the worry that I think in this day and age for every parent, I believe, is social media, screen time,
Yeah.
this kind of things. So I mean, like you hear so much about how screen time is discouraged for kids kind of thing, and you see the hear some of the horror stories about how, some kids, some parents really have no choice but to use screen time as a way to manage
iPad kid.
Pacify.
iPad kid, to
Yeah.
pacify them during meal times or not, and they grew up so glued to it.
Yeah.
And that affects um their ability to socialize with people because they are more
Always
seeing the
stuck to the
screen.
screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, there are also other dangers of social media as well, like in terms of what kind of content they are exposed to,
Yes.
who they interact. You can't control it.
Yeah.
They'll always find a way to bypass parental controls.
Smart kids nowadays are very smart. So yeah, they will think of any creative ways to get past whatever they need to, like to get what they want. So I mean, for yourself, will you introduce your son to like screen time at a young age? I mean, it's unavoidable, I would say, but will you introduce it to him, or like will you try to limit how much he can watch?
As of now, as much possible, we are not giving him any screen time. We feel that it's not necessary. There are other ways and tools to engage him.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure when to so-called like
Introduce
start
him.
introducing that sense. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, 3-4 years old. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but as of now, definitely no.
He's
No
entertain-
Cocomelon yet.
He's
No.
self-entertaining like at the kitchen at
Yes.
this point.
So
Yes,
if you
yes.
hear any noises
Yes.
in between this podcast, it's not random noises.
Yeah.
It's actually his son crying and maybe once in a while screaming
Yes.
and making random noises
Making a
as
mess
well.
out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
As I can see.
And the reason why like
Oh.
I'm okay with this is because it makes it feel more authentic that his son exists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I think it's kind of interesting to hear your perspective in that. How about Debbie's perspective? Because you are a preschool teacher
Yes.
and you have exposure to parents.
Yeah. But to parents, we don't really share about all these like concerns. But yes, there is a. You can notice like kids growing up with screens, right? They have shorter attention spans. So I think my biggest worry is like whether they will really like need some kind of like stimulation to keep them going, or is there like a different way of learning for them? Because at the end of the day, they still learn, but it's just like a different way of learning than what we are used to doing it like in school. Yeah, I would still say kids will grow up happy. It's just in a different perspective of what we have experienced. Yeah, because of screen and technology and all of this in play.
One of the biggest worries, not even I'm not a parent myself, but what I've noticed, especially with social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. I mean, it's more of TikTok actually. It's brain rot content. There's a lot of it, and I have friends who have kids already, and maybe older adult friends. They have kids in their primary school or nearing towards secondary school already, and one of the biggest things that we talk about is about all this brain rot content, and they do share that they have children where they're so exposed to all this brain rot content that they sound more dumber, in the sense where they don't comprehend things easily, and they're not able to differentiate what is real and what is fake, especially with the rise of AI as well.
AI, yeah.
So sometimes like we have to educate the kids where what you see is not educational sometimes, and what you see is
Not necessarily
real
real.
as well.
Yeah.
It is very scary reality that
Yeah.
what we are living in right now. Even right now, I'm as an adult, right? If I see fake news, I also have to double check whether is it really real or not.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest worries, like if I have a kid, right, I'm worried whether do my child be able to recognize all of this when they are much more older later in age.
I feel like as a kid it's very hard to differentiate. Like if adults already find it hard to differentiate real and not real, I would say that even for kids, they're like sponges. They just absorb whatever they see, so they can't really differentiate what is right or wrong. So parents also have to like keep an eye on what the kids are watching, and like actually sitting the kids down to like actually talk about like, you know, what's right, what's wrong, what's real and what's not real. Of course, it's a learning process for parents as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not easy.
Yeah.
Not easy being a parent, not easy being a child as well.
True. Then also one thing that I would love my kid to be exposed to is the freedom of trying new things. Because I grew up with that, so I would imagine my kid to be like that as well. I want them to embody the same spirit that I have. So not be afraid to make mistakes, but if you make mistakes, you better own up lah. So I'm sure discipline, that's where the word discipline comes in. So how do you plan to teach values that you're being taught by your parents, or do you have a new way of teaching your kid in the future lah? Yeah.
Send them TikTok videos.
That's putting all the screen time concerns back in the
No
picture.
lah. But I think the
Yeah.
question that I'm trying to ask is like, how do you plan to teach values and discipline and maybe resilience to your kid lah?
I think one thing I believe in as a parent, I mean my parenting philosophy, so to speak, is role modeling. Like what
Role
you
modeling.
expect
Okay.
your kid to be able to do, you should be able to show that and display that in your own life. Because I think I mean enough advice from or hear enough things from people saying that, you know, like kids are sponges. They notice how you react when you're under stress, when you're angry, or when you are just you're brain rotting at night, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or how you use social media, maybe even. So I think whatever that you say, you need to match with what you do. And I think that's the best way to actually share these values with them lah.
I mean, children do mirror parents a lot. And I remember I keep seeing this on social media where like, you know, parents are actually, they open the book, but actually they're scrolling their phones. So they give the impression that, you know, they are reading, but so as to encourage the kids to read. But actually, they are just like scrolling through the phones. I mean, I won't say a very good example, but it's a good way of cultivating good habits in kids, maybe.
I thought you were going to say that when they open the book, they're scrolling through the book instead.
No.
As if it's a scroll.
Or they're using Kindle, you know, to scroll.
They're
Oh
not even reading. They're just
Oh
like
dear.
scrolling through social media. But yeah, it's a bad example. Sorry, I should have
Yeah,
used
but
that.
I think one thing I'm very surprised by kids is how they are so smart with technology. When they are being so exposed to technology, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I see it. And that's good because they are grew up with all this digital literacy. And as adults, I also find it very hard to pick up new things really, especially when it comes to technology. Not saying that I'm reluctant to try new things, just that there's a lot of things to relearn. Because you have all your old ways, then you have learned the new ways. But as a kid, you learn all this like iPad, iPhone or whatever, or for example like Kindle. So the kid will be instantly as a sponge. They will learn it very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I like about kids. They are so smart to the point where they know how to use their first phone.
Yeah. They
But-
don't even need teaching. They
Yeah,
just
don't
like
need
do
teaching.
it.
Yeah. They just pick up the parents' phone, just play games. They know how to do that.
They even know which one is the icon for games or like
Yeah.
YouTube or like where to find.
But that's what I mean by it's not a bad thing per se, but it's what they use it for.
Yes, correct.
And that's the thing that I'm very afraid for kids. Because if they're using it to play games and to waste time and to rot their brain away, I think that is where I have a lot of worries for the next generation. But if they're using it to do good, to educate themselves, to make themselves more smarter, sure, by all means, feel free to get addicted. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just wish that growing up, I have this abundance of resources, which I don't have it as a kid lah. I mean, we do have it, for example, libraries and all of that.
Yeah.
But I can't read books. So I'm a very visual person. So I
Yeah.
need all these resources, but it's not easily available back then. So
Yeah.
now we have all this like social programs, and I'm pretty sure your son will definitely benefit in the future as he goes to school.
Yeah. I mean, definitely it's a very different generation out there lah. Yeah, but at the same time, I think you were saying if you have not had all this play at the playground until midnight kind of experiences, it wouldn't have made you who you are today. That's a curiosity to learn also. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Now it's like, oh, kids will play their phones until 12 midnight.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you want to encourage
Yeah,
that.
yep.
No lah, no
No.
lah. But that's different. That's different because my
Mm,
that's how my parents would
yeah.
encourage me to be like back in my day.
Mm.
Then I don't know how is it like for parents now, but as a teacher, how have you seen parents differ? For example, maybe 5, 10 years ago versus today.
Yeah, in terms of parenting style.
Yeah, parenting styles.
Parents, okay, I would say I work with like a wide range of parents. Some parents are more demanding, as in like they want their child to be excellent in like in terms of academic, in terms of their like overall performances. And but there are also parents that are quite laid back as well. So like there's two different extremes. But I would say parents nowadays they are more protective of their kids because they only have like an average 2 kids per family. So they tend to be more focused on like, oh, is my child doing well in school? Like, what is he like? So there'll be more concerns revolving around the child and like a teacher has to work around it as well. Yeah, I don't know if you'll get that kind of concern for like your son going into like school. Will you be like the helicopter parent to like, oh, what how's my son doing? Oh, why he got a bump on his hair? Oh, why he got a scratch on his arm kind of thing.
Do you think you're overly protective of your son?
Um,
It's not a trick question.
overprotective. I don't know. I mean, I've been quite okay to let him
So you're okay if he
play
fall down.
play a risk at playground kind of thing. Let him climb out the slides by himself, kind of thing lah. Yeah. But I was thinking about some of these things in terms of like parents being so-called overprotective in that sense. You know, like for example, I think recently there's a bullying episode where the parent went on TikTok to share and make complaints about the situation, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one of my thought and contemplation recently is like, I'm not too sure if it's part of like a feature of how right now as a parent, we really have no, I mean, one is, I think most of us need to be on dual income kind of family arrangement, like both the parent and both the dad and the mom have to work.
Yeah.
So part of us is like, this is my kid, which I really love to spend in time and treasure, but I have to pass it to a professional, regardless because of my work schedule and everything. I need to earn and make things work, right?
Yeah.
Then there is that maybe, I don't know, concern about how things will go for this professional that I really cannot monitor 24/7.
Yeah, surely.
How will he handle? Will he maybe abuse or maybe not treat my child fairly in that sense? So sometimes when you come back and see all this, I don't know, bumps or whatever not, you as a parent you'll be concerned and worried like what is going on for him in that schooling hours and days.
Yeah, lor. So do you feel like there's more pressure on teachers now?
Would I have more pressure? Yes. Because I mean, as a teacher, as a professional, we try to like report, not to say report every incident, but we try to like, if there's really even like a minor scratch or minor bump, we try to inform the parents. So like to not let the parents question us as well. So like it's not that we want the parents to get worried. It's just we don't want,
Responsible,
we don't want any kind of consequence to happen to the teachers in terms of like, oh, why did the teacher not inform us about this? I mean, because some parents could be like that, like they will be concerned even like over a very small thing.
It's tough because some parents are quite overly protective, and some parents they just let the kid do whatever they want. And I think there's a lot of parenting styles in that sense.
Yes.
So parents have evolved in a way where there are way more parenting styles as compared to our generation, where parents are strict. There's this Asian stereotypes where, oh, you need to study well, stay at home, that get
study well, get good grades, go to a
correct.
good school, then go to a higher income job. Yeah.
But now parents are more open-minded. They are okay for the kid to do whatever they want as long as they are very happy. And that in turn end up sometimes spoiling the kid also.
Yeah.
So I can't say for certain for myself or for Debbie, but do you think you'll end up spoiling your son?
Hopefully not, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I hope not. I think it's a delicate balance in terms of like giving him the autonomy and freedom to pursue interests and passions that he wants, but also at the same time, exercising discipline in terms of taking concrete pragmatic steps, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's not an easy dance at all.
No.
And probably there'll be more headaches to come for me in regards to this parenting stuff for him lah. Yeah.
Oh,
Surely.
I get where you're coming from. So at the end of the day, because now you have evolved from having a childhood, now you're becoming a parent yourself.
Giving a childhood to someone.
Not giving a childhood to your son itself. So looking back as a kid, do you think, looking back in retrospective, do you think you will end up agreeing with your parents' parenting ways later in life? I'm not saying that. Okay, just give the context. I'm not trying to say that you must agree or disagree, but I think professionally in terms of as a parent now, when you look back at how your parents educated you, disciplined you, do you understand what they are going through back then as a young parent, as a young parent?
Yeah. So my view on this is that I mean my parents did the best they could. Given then in their generation era, I don't think there was a lot of availability about parenting, I mean psychological theories, child developmental theories, or even like social media websites to give them parenting tip in a sense, or even books to go and read through. I mean, at that point in time, the education level is not like really that great in a sense of understanding English books, etc. So I think they did the best they could, which is getting input and tips from their parents or people around them in that sense. So having said that, definitely there'll be things that I would do differently, no doubt about it. I think it's very important for me to give him probably some of his space to explore some of his personal interest and passion, so that his learning can be more self-motivated rather than I force him to read a book or I force him to get good grades, things like that lah.
Okay.
Yeah. Balancing that in that way.
See, though, if your kid wants to become like you also, in
Like
terms
me?
of as a social worker. When I grow up, I want to be a social worker like my father.
Do you actually
Let's
dream
see,
that
let's
he will actually be like a social worker like you, like follow in your steps kind of thing?
Hard to say no, right?
No such dream, to be really honest. I mean, I'll be happy if he share my same hobby or passion. No doubt about it. Or even have shared the same, shall I say, the giftings that we have with regards to doing social work. But then I think it's important for him to discover what he's made for and pursue that lah.
Yeah.
So, as a new parent, and for the people who aren't parents yet, what's the one piece of advice you would give to new parents? You give to yourself as well, because you're becoming a father of two.
Wow.
No pressure, no pressure. Just maybe something that you wish you have learned earlier as well. Maybe you can share the advice to new parents.
Maybe to your future self.
Maybe your future self.
Future self, wow. 5 years later and watch this. I hesitate a bit because I'm mindful that as a young or new parent, there are so many advices. I think, as I shared just now, right, it's like, wow, so many people say different things, contrasting things, telling you what to do. Sometimes one of the most irritating things is really have to manage everybody's expectations.
Yeah.
Not to make everyone's life difficult, but I think thinking back, I would say that maybe as a parent, ultimately at the end of the day is your call or your decision as to how you want your child to grow up in a sense. And don't be like intimidated by many different voices or whatever not, because you are the one who is responsible for your child's development in that way. So it's okay to make mistakes, figure things out. I think that's right.
Okay.
If I were to paraphrase this, just use feeling.
Just go with the flow.
Wouldn't say use feelings or go with the flow lah. As in like
You do you.
you can do your research, you can
Yeah.
do your own thing in
Yeah.
a sense. You can choose to agree with some, you can choose to disagree with some. But make your own decision. Don't
Yeah.
be forced or coerced by other people to do what you yourself are not comfortable with as a parent in terms of what you want to do with parenting your kid. And most of the enjoy it lah. Enjoy
Yes.
parenthood lah.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
enjoy while it lasts.
Yeah, you won't be forever that he do cute things like open the door and smile at you.
Victor, maybe it annoy you more in the future.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so I just wish you all the best.
Thank you.
For your new son that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you shared with us as well that you're getting more and more excited as the days roll ahead. And I can sense your excitement, and just we formally wish you all the best lah.
Thank
And
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again.
谢谢。
Is there anything you want to say to the camera, or do you anything you want to plug to anybody?
I do want to share that I'm wearing this interesting shirt that has all the messages from different I think donors to call Howard and Debbie's charity drive this year, right?
Yeah.
I really need to say this just in case the audience think that parenthood has made me so poor that I cannot afford proper shirt in that sense. Like, you're wondering how come he's wearing a shirt that has so many words on it.
I wanted to address this from part 1 and also the start of part 2, but I totally forgot all about it because
Whoops.
my point is just want to quickly get through the questions and hear all the juice from him. But
Yeah.
just to sum everything up, both myself and Debbie, we went for a charity event. So
Yeah.
for Club Rainbow, thanks Xenia, for this, and we went for the vertical challenge, and you are the top donor for
Whoa, we have our top
thank
donor
you so
here.
much for that. And you have the shirt that represents all the donors, and plus our kind message saying that with their donations they
Carried
carried
me.
me up,
Yeah.
as in us up lah. Yeah, we should have
Yeah.
put us, but that is me because
It's okay, it's fine.
yeah, never mind. It's okay. English aside, but basically it contains all the donators and as well
Yeah.
as all the messengers. And if you are one of them looking at this is how the shirt looks like.
Thank you for your support as well.
Yes, thank you so much for
making this
support.
happen.
We probably might talk about that in the future episode, but it's running a bit over time already, so we will just leave it as it is for that. Thank you so much, Jun Liang, for
problem.
contributing to our cause for Club Rainbow and as well as to Club Rainbow as well. So, very happy to have you as the highest donor.
No problem.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining in this episode of the Kopi podcast. Of course, there's a lot more to dive into it, just that we don't have the time luxury because his son's getting a bit cranky, and I'm pretty sure we can hear
Time out.
all the noises
time out.
already. So
Yeah.
we want to kind of end this while we could, and maybe in the future we can talk more about this.
Sure.
Maybe with your wife as well. We
Maybe
shall
other
see.
topics.
Yeah.
With other topics, or maybe the same topic as well. So,
Yeah.
we have not touched the deep of this iceberg yet. So hopefully one day we can dive even deeper and maybe hear from the wise perspective as well. See if the stories match or not. Yeah, so we'll probably see you guys in the next episode of the Kopi podcast. Hopefully we will hear you share more things in the future.
Yeah, let's see.
So thank you so much for tuning in this episode of the Kopi podcast. If you want to hear more of our episodes, feel free to listen our episodes from the YouTube channel as well as the Spotify link as well. So everything is all in the description box if you're listening from YouTube, or everything is in the Spotify playlist as well if you're listening from Spotify. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening to our yapping session for the past, I don't know how long is this?
2 hours.
Yeah,
Wow.
2 hours. Oh
Time
god.
flies. Oh goodness.
It flies when you're enjoying the
Yeah.
conversation as well.
True.
So yeah, thank you so much for coming in, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.